walking the streets of downtown Sydney, and one thing that struck me about this place is how diverse it is. People have come here from all over the world to start a new life. But there's one group of people who have struggled to find their way in modern Australia, and they're the native people of this land, the Aborigines. Today we're heading to an area known as the Block, which has become synonymous with Aboriginal culture and also drug abuse. I took the subway to Redfern Station, right in the heart of Sydney. I crossed the street and I was in the Block.
You got Ebony Street, then the Vine Street, up to Louis Street, and the Caroline Street. This is the Block. This is very sacred to our people because Aboriginal have been working here since the beginning of the railway. Drugs really destroyed the community, very bad. And one thing about it is that our people selling drugs to other people.
That guy's shooting up there?
Oh yeah, they drug. They just you know, I mean, see what I mean to say is it's a sickness, you know, and it's very sad. I mean, it's a sickness, and I mean, we don't really blame the users. We blame the dealers that bring the stuff in here. I mean, drugs seen in any community, don't care what nationality you are, it's a vicious cycle, and it's destroyed that community, doesn't it?
I went to the Block's community center, where I met a man named Carl Stewart. Carl is a member of the stolen generation of Aboriginal children who were kidnapped by government agents and put into white foster families as a part of a government plan to cleanse Australia of Aboriginal culture. He was taken at the age of 14 months.
It happened many years ago when I was young. My mum was away, and I was with my grandmother, and they didn't see the car, and they walked in and they just took me away out of my cot. They also took kids away from their homes and put them in foster families and put them into white families, and that's what happened to me. And no one knew why they took me on that day, or why I was the chosen one. My stepmother was a very cruel lady, and my first beating I remember probably lasted a couple of hours. I just remember her calling me a black. I won't go into the language. I remember one teacher saying to me, I don't know why you come to school, Aboriginals aren't, you know, why do Aboriginals come to school? They're not going to be anything, so why do you come? And she's saying that to me. I was at school, I was a primary school kid, didn't want to be Aboriginal, because they used to tell me what Aboriginals were, and deep down I had felt a sadness, you know what I mean, and who the hell am I? Who am I? And in they'd go and take the babies from their clans, and thinking what they do is right, but they forget that the boy will be a man. It's then the warrior will fight.
Standing outside the boxing gym where Anthony the Man Mundine trains. He's Mick's nephew, and he's also a world champion boxer. We're gonna go watch him train right now, see what he's all about. But the most important function of the gym is it takes kids off the streets. These kids have the privilege of training alongside a world champion. The only time these kids stop is when the man is in the ring. I caught up with Anthony Mundine after his training session.
The brothers turn to drugs, turn to alcohol to wash away their problems. Our life expectancy is the lowest. Our drug problem is the worst. Living conditions is the worst. statistics just keep going on, and hopefully I'll inspire some youth in the future to come up and want to be like me, or want to be, you know, a champion.
Were you ever tempted to do drugs and alcohol? And
I've always had a will. I've always had a will to succeed in sport. And my dad was a great champion as a fighter, fought Carlos Monzon for the world title back in '74, and he's always mentored me through those days. So I was pretty lucky in that sense.
Mixed Aboriginal Housing Company has big plans for the block. They plan to build 62 new homes, an Aboriginal art gallery, and a spiritual center, among other things. But they met resistance from the state government.
We are the original people of this land. You know, we should have the right to say, to build what we want to build. Their agenda driven by redevelopers, or they're looking for revenue. But you know, why can't we be part of the vision too? We can defeat the government with this land here, you know, and it'd be a good thing for everybody. We could be the role model for every other community all over the state of New South Wales, you know, and it'll make our people stand up and say, you know, okay, it's enough time, we'll stand up and fight together as a race. Whenever you drive past or even in a plane, you look down and you can see that flag. On the black is for our people, the red is for the earth, and the yellow is for the sun. You know, I believe our flag should be the flag of Australia, because I really believe the Union Jack is not really part of Australia. You know, it's English people from over England, and you know, why don't they use the flag that belongs to this country? That's what I can say anyway. Yeah, bro.